positive news. It didn't end in yelling. It didn't move before the appointed hour. Half a step. Ruby and Chuck made it through the entirety of a meeting without fighting. Legitimate options.
They weren't yelling at each other, but I think there might have been a problem. Hey, listen. That's progress.
They both yelled at me.
You made us look bad.
How could you make us both look so bad?
In fairness to them, they're pretty good at that themselves.
People
who don't need help.
yeah, I mean, that's...
I said, you're right. You shouldn't have done that.
Oh, and should we add Andrew? Because he's here.
Yeah. You good?
Yeah. So that's they were.
I just said, well, let's get going. Figure this out.
Good. I didn't have to good morning.
It's been like less than 24 hours. up at the groundbreaking yesterday.
Oh yeah, I was not in town.
That's amazing station. Thing I'm sure David and Bree think like back in the day.
Oh my God, it's so modern. That's a lot.
I don't know.
So it's roughly the Gaithersburg area. So back in the day, there used to be 45. Back in the day, there was less than that. But there were 5 district reports, and then as Lawrenceburg and Uptown continued, Boyd continued to build up. They split out. Generally, the Gaithersburg area is 6 districts, and it's done in like a couple different iterations. It was you may remember it was the east face off 355 near Game Preserve briefly. Then it moved across 270 to the northern space. But now this is an amazing facility, and it's like zero microgrid.
Yeah. So it could be off.
And they have a wonderful community space. They have, which has become the norm of the new stations. I know they did that with the Academy when they opened the Academy, the 3D station. Oh, you were like old school 40s.
Yeah.
That thing needs to.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the same thing.
That's the one.
But that's what it was.
Basically, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we were trying to figure that out earlier. Here, I'll
Space
yeah.
now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we were trying to make it work. It isn't. Yeah. There's no great way.
Good morning. Good morning. Got that in the whole thing.
I think they were having to get the second graders off.
Circuitous is a good word.
Good morning. On the right track.
Also Brooks.
Brunswick, not New Brunswick. Brunswick.
Yes, we are, totally. Jessica Cook and Kevin Mack is with your office too.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes, I just need to. I didn't remember if Kevin was working for. I know Kevin,
Yep.
but I just didn't know which office.
Yep.
Does anybody have a pen? I know you gave it to me, and I totally gave it to. Do you have a pen?
I
Oh my
normally
gosh.
I would.
No, he doesn't have
Actually, you know what? I might have a little guy in here.
one. Good pen. Thank you,
Oh. Okay.
my hero. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope it's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Thank you.
I have this one. It's got tape on it. I'm trying to get the tape off. I knew that they would. I forgot.
Yeah, he is with also with his office now. Yeah, Jessica Cook was like, oh yeah, and Kevin's here from our office too. I was like, that helps so much to know. I love it. What if we just taped the flag like dangling down and we took off the stick?
She's only been here, forever. Yeah. Yeah. But he had some land down there too. They had, but he's supposed to be Marlboro Racetrack, which is what Marvin can go about public. Well, they got a good crown all of a sudden. They didn't. Good for them. As I always say, this is a hurry up wait. Yeah, hurry up, gotta wait. Good seeing you all.
Always good. Yeah. Well, hello.
I'm director of constituent services for Senator Elrich. So I'm sort of in the... Hi, Gretchen. Kevin Mack. How are you? Nice to see you. You've probably met at some point. Oh no, mine's gone too. I told my team, I said there's $20 in it if anybody finds an extra drinks. Because I'm definitely short. Yeah, it's really, there's just so much income right now that it's like, your head starts because you don't know. I stopped watching the news, but it makes me insane. But there's still, I get like, notices, notices from something like, this has changed all of a sudden. Like, when did this, no, you can't avoid it. I mean, yeah. So. Save the seats over here. Okay, we're gonna get started. Jamie. Great. You want people behind you?
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. Yeah, if you want to help with everybody.
Outstanding.
Yes.
Just because you're waving me
because you're an elected official. You're very kind.
Are you big guy? Good.
Yeah. I'm less of a big guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. Oh, that. Okay. I thought you were.
just like Andrew Freed said. No. Yeah, you guys are making fun of me, and I got it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Because you're elected to get up here.
Oh, okay. We'll bring you a chair right there.
I don't know who's.
No, I just remember 2 days ago how hot it was.
Oh my God, I've never seen you all.
I know.
I know.
I
I've
saw it
never
before. I was
seen
like,
your
did you
hair
get
like
it
that.
cut? I was like, no, it's like.
Oh, really? It just looks so sad. I'm well. How are you? Happy anniversary. That huge photo.
Thank you.
Got here at 8.
Come on, and I'm looking.
Thank you.
Hold it down.
Somehow you got that off. Oh, there it is.
Put this on anything. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Some people leadership.
You all make it easy.
There is something about municipal leaders.
I'll tell you.
That being a mom,
Yeah.
there's so many overlapping.
Oh, yeah. It's the same thing.
Exactly. Look at you.
Sadly, that's right.
I loved reading the post about the sanctuary.
Oh, God.
Your sanctuary statement and the comments on that. Choice.
All bad?
Well, there are some you might embrace. I think he's a communist, he's a Marxist. I know. Who knows?
I'm giving sanctuary to people who
That's why you never read the comments, because
Well, I just had to. On this one, I was like, I'm just curious.
In the articles, yes. On Facebook, it's hard.
So, how are you? Do you want a tighter group?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you?
Hi, everyone else.
Thank you.
Hi.
It's like y'all session.
Okay, I don't want to hold us up, but let me get everybody
No,
else.
it's, we're waiting on
Pack
Jamie.
people in for the photo. Come on, come on. We're not in the hot sun. Come on. I know. I know, but I pulled in. I was like, yes, shade.
Like that.
Oh, I have no idea.
Hi. I'm just waiting on Jamie Raskin.
From the Department of Commerce.
We're just waiting for Jamie Raskin. Thank you. Or do we just start and have Jamie?
Oh, it's the honor. Yes.
Oh, I should have. Oh, I need to
Go get them, or you?
Let's.
Their aides, just like.
Yeah, she's fangirling.
Yes. There. We got him. We got him.
There we go. Okay, 1 minute. Let's go.
Nervous if he's here.
There we go. Okay, we all ready?
We're ready, Evan.
There we go. Thank you, David. Good morning, everybody. Happy Pride. It is wonderful to celebrate Pride here outside the Leggett Executive Office Building. We know that Pride is a time to celebrate the beautiful diversity that we have here in Montgomery County. And it is a time to affirm our commitment to inclusion and equity and diversity and acceptance. And I am so proud of the work that all of us here, standing here today, have done to make sure that everybody feels welcome, safe, and seen for who they truly are here in Montgomery County. And while we are all here to stand next to each other and stand up for all of our residents, we know that not everybody has such a welcoming and supportive elected body. And there are folks all across this country who are facing threats, who are facing discriminatory legislation. And we know that there are powers out there that are trying to strip the humanity and the dignity of the LGBTQ plus community and so many other communities in our country and in our region. The president and the Supreme Court are trying to put us back in the closet. They are trying to erase us from existence. And there are folks who are trying to erase us from books and literature. But now, more than ever, we are standing up for all of our residents of Montgomery County, and all of us here have your back. That is the message we're sending today. Today's pride flag raising is a symbol. It's a symbol of the positive impact that the LGBTQ plus community has made in Montgomery County, across the state of Maryland, and across this entire country. The flag is a symbol of love, of resilience, and of authenticity. It reminds us how far we've come and also how far yet we have to go. From silence to visibility, from shame to pride, from criminalization to legal recognition. Pride is a celebration, but we have to remember all those years ago, the first Pride was a protest. And so today we cannot ignore the realities that the LGBTQ plus community is facing. They're facing threats in their communities, in schools, online, and in legislative houses, be they city councils, state legislatures, or the U.S. Congress. There's a rise in homophobia, a rise in transphobia, a rise in xenophobia, but it's important for us to stand up and to speak out whenever we see injustice, whenever we see our neighbors being victimized and marginalized. And so when we raise this pride flag in a few moments, we're not just lifting colors into the sky, we're raising our voices. Because representation is important, and everybody standing here today represents the beautiful diversity that we have in Montgomery County. And I look forward to a time when no one should be ashamed for who they love or how they identify. We are all committed to redoubling our efforts to make sure everyone feels welcome, safe, and seen here in Montgomery County and across Maryland. That is what all of us are committed to doing. And part of that leadership team here in Montgomery County, I want to welcome County Executive Elrich, who has been a steadfast leader for all his time here in Rockville, all his time back in Tacoma Park, and has built a team including Chief Administrative Officer Rich Madaleno, who have dedicated themselves to making sure that Montgomery County feels safe and secure. And with that, County Executive Elrich.
Thank you. I'll start by saying we're not going backward. Nothing is going to get us to go backward. So we are where we are, and we're going to keep doing the right thing, and nothing is going to change in Montgomery County except we get stronger and we do more of the things we know we need to do. I want to thank everybody for being here. It's a beautiful morning, and you know, every year we raise this flag, it carries a deeper meaning. I don't follow Facebook or anything, but Evan was telling me about yes, I learned. But Evan was telling me about the kind of comments we got for the raising of the flag in Silver Spring. And it's just horrifying. It is hard to believe the people that care that much about something that doesn't affect them to any degree whatsoever. This is other people's lives. They do not need to be concerned with how other people make their choices in their life. They just need to respect everybody, and they should give the same respect I think they want for themselves. Montgomery County Pride represents pride, safety, recognition, and our promise to protect everyone here. In a national context, we're under this second nightmare, and this nightmare is worse than the first nightmare. And across the country, LGBTQ plus protections are being eroded. And when we talk about the wiping of people off out of history and out of stories and out of our lives, I want to remind people that, you know, Trump has basically said, if you're not a white male, you have no value. That anybody in any position who's not a white male is there because of some DEI initiative, that no one got there by their own initiative or by their own efforts. And it's a disturbing worldview. And probably, I don't think anybody's expressed racism to that degree, maybe since George Wallace. But it's certainly been a while here since we've heard that kind of language. We are going to continue to protect the rights and dignity of everybody. Our anti-discrimination laws are enforced. Our schools, healthcare providers, community service remain affirming and inclusive. And our police and public employees are trained to respond quickly to hate and bias incidents. Through the Pride Business Initiative, local businesses are proudly showing their support. And we've expanded access to support with the Hope and Support Circle, a weekly Thursday night virtual space for the LGBTQIA plus residents. And this summer, our first LGBTQ plus community center will open in Bethesda Chevy Chase Regional Service Center. So it's the first one. And hopefully there will be others, because obviously you just can't have one center for everybody in the county. So this is a start. We're also making space for LGBTQ+ artists and performers, and this is exciting. After the Kennedy Center canceled LGBTQ+ programming, Montgomery County and Strathmore stepped up. On June 5th, you can go to Strathmore, and they're hosting the World Pride performance featuring the International Pride Orchestra and the Gay Men's Chorus of Washington, D.C. So Strathmore is stepping up. The county has a Pride bus, and it has nice decorations on it, and it's going to be on every route in the county. They're going to rotate it through the different routes, so everybody in the county will get to see it. It's important that we be visible about this. You just can't sit back and say we support this. It's important to be visible. And we're going to continue to do this work, and I want to thank our folks at MC. For making sure we do this again and again and again. I also want to recognize some friends from the unions who work in Montgomery County. McGeo and I think SEIU are the two I recognize right now. If there are others, thank you all for showing up and showing that union work is not just about what's in the workplace in terms of the job, it's how the workplaces treat all the people who work in Montgomery County. So thank you for being here. I was on the city council in 1983 in Tacoma Park, and we passed one of the first domestic partnership laws in the region. We did it because we had friends who, if their partner got sick in a hospital, they couldn't visit their partner in the hospital. If the partner's parents said that person is not part of the family, you had to be a family member. And so in order to get around that, and since we couldn't do gay marriage in Tacoma Park, we went forward with the domestic registry. So people could register their relationships as relationships and get them recognized, and the hospitals recognized them when we had that registry. So we knew there was something we can do, and it's really important that we did that and that it actually worked. So I want to thank Dr. Amina Johnson for her leadership in the county. I want to thank Evan for always leading on this event. And I want to thank everyone here who helps make this county stronger by showing up and standing together. We're proud to raise this flag. We're proud to be in this work with you, and we're not going anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you. Now it is a pleasure to introduce somebody who's been fighting for fairness and decency for a very long time. When he was in Annapolis, he spearheaded legislation alongside then Senator Rich Madaleno to extend marriage rights to everybody in the state of Maryland. He is the defender of marriage equality. He is the defender of democracy. And he is our 8th District Member of Congress, Congressman Jamie Raskin.
Well, happy Pride, everybody. And we can all take pride in the fact that we live in a county that is committed to the success and the flourishing and the belonging of every person who lives here and every young person who's growing up here. And that is a point of great pride for us. The LGBTQIA plus community is one of the great civilizing movements of our history that is built on the accomplishment of prior movements like the civil rights movement, like the women's movement, like the environmental movement, and future movements will be able to build on the incredible legacy and accomplishments of this movement. And I'm glad that Evan mentioned my buddy Rich Madaleno, because it's a point of great personal pride for me that I got to work with Rich, who was the lead sponsor of marriage equality in the state of Maryland. And I got to be the floor leader on that legislation with him. This was back in the days when I used to get bills passed. I'll never forget his courage and his leadership, his absolute determination to get the thing done. So there are people behind me who are part of the history of the success of this amazing movement. And I'll just close with the thought that when I first got into politics, and I ran for office in 2006, and I made a big speech about everything that I wanted to do, including abolishing the death penalty and restoring voting rights to former prisoners. And I also talked about marriage equality. And a woman came up to me right after the speech and she said, "Jamie, that was a great speech, but one thing, take out all that stuff you've got in there about gay marriage," which is what they called it at that point, like it was a separate institution or something. "Take out the stuff about gay marriage," she said, "because it's not going to happen, it's never going to happen, and it makes you sound like you're really extreme, like you're not in the political center." And my 3 kids were watching me in this exchange, and I said, well, I thank you for telling me that, because it makes me realize it's not my ambition to be in the political center, which just blows around with the wind. It's my ambition to be in the moral center and to try to find what's right and to bring the political center to us. And I'm proud that we live in a county and in a state where the moral center is the center of gravity for us, and that we are always finding best we can what is the right thing to do, and then making the political conditions possible to do it. And so I will never forget the days that I got to spend fighting for marriage equality. We passed it in 2012. Marriage equality became the law of the state January 1st, 2013. Which was a year before the Obergefell decision. And I went down to the Supreme Court, and I saw the arguments in Obergefell, and the day when the Supreme Court handed it down, Mr. Obergefell was there, and I saw him. He was being, surrounded by the media after the victorious decision, and they asked him how he felt, and he said, "I feel great about what happened, but I want to thank the people of Maryland, because," he said, "my partner and I were able to fly to BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport to get married because of what the people of Maryland had done." And then they flew back to Ohio after that. So the things that we do in Rockville or in Silver Spring or Bethesda or Kensington or Tacoma Park, where we went to the Pride Parade over the weekend, they make a difference for the state, and what we do in Maryland makes a difference for the country, and of course what America does makes a difference for the world. So let's stay on the path of freedom and equality, and a happy Pride Day, everybody.
Thank you so much, Congressman Raskin, for all your work here in the state and across the country as well. There are a lot of other people who are standing up here and are in the audience as well, who I want to recognize. I want to start with my council colleagues, Council President Kate Stewart, Councilmember Gabe Albernaz, Marilyn Balcom, Sidney Katz, Kristen Mink, Lorianne Sales, and Andrew Friedson. Other federal partners who are with us today want to recognize Brent Gerard from Senator Van Hollen's office, Jessica Cook and Kevin Mack from Senator Alsobrook's office. Not only is Congressman Rask here, but his entire district team are here, as they always are, led by Kathleen Connor and team back there. And Benton Anthony is here from Congresswoman McLean Delaney's office as well. We have a number of folks from Annapolis who are with us. I think Delegate Linda Foley might be with us. Delegate David Frazier Hidalgo. Delegate Sarah Wallach. Delegate Teresa Warman might be here. Delegate Julie Polakovich-Carr is here. Delegate Joe Vogel. Delegate Lorig Charkoudian. I'm not sure if Delegate Chris Fair has gotten here yet. He might be on 270, but Delegate Fair is coming down from Frederick. He is chair of the LGBTQ plus caucus. Delegate Janelle Wilkins is here. Sheriff Max Wee. And representing the county seat of Rockville is Rockville Councilmember Marissa Valeri. And governing is a team exercise, and we have a lot of other friends and supporters. Want to call out also friends of ours from the labor movement, SEIU Local 500. MCEA is here, McGeo is here. We have members of the clergy who are here. Thank you to our faith institutions with Leading from Your Heart. We have representatives of our nonprofit partners, including Trans Maryland, who is here. There are actually some field trips from MCPS. I think Walter Johnson has a group that might be here right now. So Walter Johnson, welcome if you're here. And then, as the county executive noted, Dr. Amina Johnson, who is our LGBTQ plus liaison. Dr. Johnson, you should be up here with us right now. Before we raise the flag, we want to hear from two more people who are integral in the work that we are doing. First, I want to introduce Yael Astor, who uses her pronouns are she, her. She is queer, she is Jewish, she is a Latin American educator working with adults and students throughout MCPS for the last 13 years, creating inclusive spaces and curricula for our students, making sure that everybody feels welcome, safe, and seen within MCPS. Yael.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here in community with you all. It is truly an honor. And I have some of my identities as part of my bio because I think it is so important to elevate the intersections at which people live. And that is something that is really not just near and dear to my heart, but something that we know students need to have elevated. I walked in to do a training a couple of months ago and someone said, oh, the queer and trans presentation is here. And I said, no, I'm here for the Jewish one today. And so you can be more than one thing. And oftentimes the world and people want to compartmentalize us. I have the privilege of being in community with our queer and trans, and I say trans with an asterisk, all the time, and queer and trans students, and what they share over and over again, what they want from the adults around them is to have their identities normalized, to have that representation beyond gay Christmas. Welcome, everyone. They want to be seen, they want to be held up, they want to be cared for beyond June. They want that solidarity and allyship, not just because someone comes in and says, I am safe, I am an ally. I think it's up to the kids to let us know who is safe, who is an ally. And it really warms my heart the most when we have kids leading this work. It was just shared with me just a couple of days ago, a student who's using she, they pronouns, and this is why I use she, they pronouns. I'm a white cis woman, and it's my responsibility to stand alongside and make space for others. And so a student said she uses she, they pronouns so that she can normalize the fluidity of gender and help folks think outside of the binary. And I just thought, wow, the brilliance of children. And so I want to offer you this question as a closing thought. How are not just queer and trans kids doing? How are our queer, trans, Black kids doing? How are our queer, trans, Black, disabled kids doing? How are our queer, Black, disabled, and impoverished by poverty kids doing? And so really thinking about, again, not just one identity, but the child as a whole, adult as a whole. We are more than one thing, and to make us one thing is an act of dehumanization. So again, I just want to thank you all for this opportunity.
And our final speaker before we raise the flag is Philip Alexander Downey, who is everywhere all at once throughout our county. He is the new CEO of the Montgomery County Pride Family MoCo Pride Center, Inc., which is doing incredible work, leading Pride events and opening up our LGBTQ plus facilities that the county executive mentioned. And so, Philip, it is a pleasure and honor to work with you. Thank you for everything that you do, and I welcome you to make some remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for having me. It is an honor to be here with you today. I am proud to call Montgomery County home. I grew up here in Sandy Spring and in Gaithersburg and graduated from Gaithersburg High School. Go Trojans. I am also a Montgomery College alumni, went to all three campuses before going to UMBC. My story is shaped by many roots, raised by a father from St. Catherine, Jamaica, and a mother from Southeast Washington, D.C., in a household grounded in faith, family, and community. But like many who grew up here, I came of age in a time and environment where being queer wasn't fully accepted. There weren't conversations about people like me. There weren't open doors or clear paths to follow. It wasn't that I was told to be silent. It was that the language of acceptance wasn't spoken around me. I had to go on a journey of discovering who I am, a journey not towards becoming someone new, but towards returning to my truest self. And that's why safe, affirming spaces matter. This is why representation matters. Because when we don't see ourselves reflected, when the world leaves us out of stories, it does not erase us. It doesn't erase who we are. It just makes it harder to imagine a future. It makes it harder to imagine what is possible. Representation is not a luxury. It is survival. It is an act of radical affirmation that says you belong, you are here, and you have always belonged here. Today, as we raise the flag, we do more than celebrate pride. We issue a declaration that we are here, we are whole, and we will not be erased. And we are turning that declaration into action. I'm proud to share, as others have before, as the inaugural Chief Executive Officer of the Montgomery County Pride Family, MoCo Pride Center, Inc., that Montgomery County is opening its first ever Pride Resource Center, the Montgomery County Pride Family Resource Center, known simply as MoCo Pride Center. This will be a safe space where LGBTQIA+ individuals and families can find resources, affirmation, and community 7 days a week. A place where young people and elders can discover themselves sooner rather than later. A place where our elders and community members can reconnect with chosen family, and where everyone, especially those who have been pushed to the margins, can find belonging. But the center is about more than a building. It's about what happens when we come together. Our Pride family, made up of MoCo Pride Prom, Live in Your Truth, Drag Story Hour, DMV, Maryland Trans Unity, the Coalition for Inclusive Schools and Communities, Poolsville Pride, and of course, Trans Maryland. So we are all working together under one roof, uplifting the most underserved among us. Because pride must be for everyone, not just some. It must center Black and brown queer people. It must center trans and gender expansive people. It must center disabled folks. It must center immigrants and all those who are historically left behind. This moment in time demands more than allyship. It demands co-conspirators, people willing to move from comfort to action, to show up, to speak, and to insist, you will not erase us, and we are here. Pride has never been about fighting into this world. Pride has never been about fitting into this world. It has always been about creating the world we deserve. So today, as this flag raises, remember, it's not just a symbol, it's a beacon that says you belong, you are loved, and your story matters. And as I leave you, I want to leave you with these 3 truths that I want you to take back with you everywhere you go. You have not met all the people who are going to love you yet. You absolutely belong, and always remember to live in your truth. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Let's raise the pride flag.
You're not good at that. Okay.
In general, biogas.
Coming to the luncheon today?
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I'm good. How are you? Come on.
Why would you do
Where's Laura?
And I'm going to, and I think you remember New York. A district.
I saw that.
It's at 3 o'clock.
It's at 3 o'clock.
It
I
is.
should be able to get on Zoom.
I'm going to actually go over.
Oh my gosh. Oh, your colleagues, sir.
I'm good. I didn't have to vote.
Oh, I should just. Hi, Lou. I'm really bad at the whole
It was mentioned.
Hi, nice to see you. I saw you at the Pride Rising on the 30th. Thank you so much for coming. Yes. So this is your second one so far? Second one. Do you have any other Pride flags? Oh, friends.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. The more the merrier.
Congratulations. I know. I was just saying this is more than I like.
No!
Yeah. Happy Pride.
He's like, come on board. I'm like, is this my
Do we take the bus?
It's great.
Well, I don't know if we were expected to walk back. This would be fun. How long do they hold their Christmas is just not my world. It's so intimidating.
I know,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for coming up with a great time. Why? Directions for that? Let me know. Okay, I'm gonna walk back. It was great to see you, of course. Bye.
Bye, sweetie. Good to see you too. I did, and there was, I didn't quite mean it, but it was snow.
And whoever's going to be able to do it first thing in the morning in the shade.
Hey, how are you?
Evan should have recognized you.
Congratulations, you made it work.